Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time today to join my show. So my name is Wendy. You heard already about me. I'm in the Netherlands. I've been traveling for 3 years, and nonstop travel without a home or a house makes you inventive on how to make your raw food, especially if you like to make some dressings. So therefore, I created some simple, basic recipes and build from there. And today I want to share two of them with you. One will be the tzatziki based one, and the other one will be the tomato based one. And I'll share with you how to make them without nuts and how to make them with nuts, because I prefer my dressings light and low fat, and so no nuts, and others, well, they prefer some more heavy dressings. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, it's okay. I have my towel.
Okay.
Okay. So we start with the tzatziki one. If you have the ingredients over there, I have my little cheat list over here so I don't forget anything. The main ingredient of that would be a cucumber, and I'm in the Netherlands, so I'm going to use Dutch one. If you can get a French or Spanish ones, the ones with the little spikes on the top, they are more consistent. So half of that and half of a courgette. So take that with you. And then for this recipe, we need a lime. And I have some garden press over here. And at the end, we'll use the spring onion. That's this one. We call them forest onion or cutting onion in the Netherlands. And last one, I say optional because I don't eat that, but I know that my family loves it, and people that come, and my parents who are not 100% raw, they love it. So it's a garlic, but it's sort of fresh, so it has like growing the top on it. I like them, so you can just lose it a little bit, and it's not so spicy. Okay, let's get started. Let's wash our cucumber and our courgette. So if it's organic, you can use the peel. If you don't like it or you don't have non-organic, I rather peel them. And courgette, I usually don't peel them because it's really nice to have it like that. Okay, that we're going to put in the blender in a moment. This one's super easy. We're going to put everything in the blender. So I have my citrus juicer and citrus lime, or they call them lemons. I learned in French they call green lemon. It's interesting. So I cut that in half, and depending on how big or how moisty your lime is, the more or less you need. So I have this one, but I have two more on hand because lately they seem to be tiny and dry, but you really want to have some lime in this one. So while I squeeze that and you guys start to squeeze it, I'll tell you about tzatziki. It's actually a Greek dish, and I think they put in yogurt or something. Well, we don't want that. But the main taste you have is garlic. So for me, it's the spiciness. And I actually got some horseradish in the garden back here. Well, I cannot take it out and show you, but that's something that I can optionally add to this one if I want extra spice and no garlic. So I squeeze this lime. I have that. Okay, so to have this dressing with, let's see what we want to do at first. We want to cut them, and then we want to take some coconut. So I made you actually three options for that. I have some here, which I made earlier today. This is actually the option if you do not have Thai coconut. So we took some white almonds for that. Where are they? They're here. So maybe Eric, you can keep them a little bit closer. So we took some almonds, and you take off the peel, and then you soak them. And after you soak them, you put them in a really nice blender like that. So I made that earlier. So this is a high-speed blender, and I got a gigantic cup. So you put that bowl with some white almonds and water in here. You just, I have a rice menu where it says nut milk, and you wait for 3 minutes. We'll not do that because I like actually this option the best. But I just took those other ingredients to show you what it looked like. So when you do that and you put it through the sieving bag, can you pass the sieving bag in front of the camera? It's still drying over there. So that's that, or nut milk bag. And here in the Netherlands, we're the cheese company, not company, but we're actually, the Netherlands is the cheese company. Oh, it's the cheese country, they say. So here they sell them, it's called cheese bag. But if you go on internet and you take one and then you search in English, you nut milk bag, then the same thing comes. So that's that. So you blend, then it becomes like that. It's really thick. You can see that. Did you show that? So it's like really thick. That's just some, and if you strain it, you get like that. So you can use that for your tzatziki base, or like we do now, we use the coconut. So yeah, let's take the big knife. So I would like to cut it right here on the table, but we'll see if it works with this wooden plancher, or I have to go to the strong one back there. So this is the Thai coconut. It's a young coconut, and I already chopped it a little bit just to chop it open like that. And this is a really strong one. It's got a lot of weight in here. But that young coconut, yeah, okay, it's also a little hard, but not so hard as the brown ones you can buy. So we'll be using this option to make our tzatziki base. And there's an upside and a downside. Sometimes you have a lot of white and not so much water, and sometimes it's the other way around. And you never know what you get. Like this one, it didn't have so much water, and it doesn't have so much white neither. So I just took 2 just in case. So you know that for the future, just take 2 just in case. So now I am very lucky, and I hope you all have a straw. I didn't put it in. You can pour it in a glass, but I have to do it like that. And I know it's not really cooking, and we don't do that for other people, huh? Just for me. Because you can just put it in a glass. I think Eric wants some too.
No.
All right. So just in case, I keep it over the bowl over here. Like that. So like that. I have the glass in here. And that's what 1 glass. Now there is about 3 or 4 spoons of drink as well. Just in case you don't have this young Thai coconut full of water and there's a little bit, it's okay. You can just add some regular water. So now I start to add all these ingredients in our blender, and I think we're going to press blend. So let's do that. I'll bring it up close for you. It's over there, not for the electricity, but just to make sure that there's not too much noise for you. So I put the water in first. And I'm going to see if I can take this one out. And in case you wonder how I do that, I take a spoon and I just start on the top, and then I twist it like that. So you twist it like that. And I prefer to do it on something like a table. Another way is like that, and then you push the spoon like that. Like that. So now I'm using this high-speed blender, but it's okay to use any blender or food processor, really. You can use the mini S-Blade blender that we had the other time. Small is good too. It doesn't have to be all fancy, because if you're on the road, it's difficult. Last time I showed you the hand mixer. You can do that with a hand mixer too. It's just a matter of mixing. Okay, so we chop this in smaller pieces. Or chunks, you say that, right? Chunks. Erik, I'm gonna have to ask you to pass me the stamper. You know what it's? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Where's my lime? So I have in here coconut water, coconut, courgette or zucchini, and cucumbers. And then on top of that, lime juice. You can have the lime flesh too, but not the seeds, though, if you have any seeds in there. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. I see a lot of things passing by. In the blender, it depends on the speed. Don't put it too high unless you really want creamy. Creamy is okay, but if you would like to have some taste and chunks, just don't put the speed too high. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, that's it. Let's see how it turns out. You want to show them?
Yep.
Yeah. I think something important when you are cooking for yourself or for others is taste. You never know how it turns out. So, yeah. So for me, this is really good. Like, this is my base. But I know for a lot of people, like my family, they are used to having different kind of flavors and tastes, and they really want to add something more spicy or special, and that's where the spring onion and the garlic come in. Okay, let's take. So how shall we do that today? We take some spring onion and some garlic. Well, I'm gonna let you guys do the garlic unless you really want garlic, but I will not be eating any garlic today, so I will not put it in. So my family wants, they're gonna have to add it later. Um, but I do want to share that just because for some people it is important, and that gives that tzatziki, that really tzatziki flavor. I've been eating with garlic in the beginning a lot. At some point, I didn't like it anymore. So personally, yeah, it's not my thing. So I take the spring onion, I'm just cutting it. There is, by the way, something I want to share with you, which is also really, really nice. And that's the following. You cut some off, you take a scissor, and it just speed things up like that. Now I don't need even the cutting board. I can get a bowl. And I think we took 2 small bowls. Look, I think we need 2 more bowls or a bigger one. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's take a bigger one. Okay, let's take this one. Oh, it's good. Okay, let's pour it in. It's a gigantic bowl now, but we made some extra. So we're gonna add the spring onion to that. And let's take everything. Now look at that amount of dressing. Look at that gigantic amount, and it's super creamy. And what this goes well with, actually, and maybe that's a little bit interesting, but with carrot and zucchini, like chopped in little centimeter big blocks or in some zoodles, it really goes well together, even though you already added zucchini in there. But also, we have something that's called a pointy cole, it's called. And it's like, yeah, it's a cole, really. So that's a cabbage that's very Dutch. And this cabbage is really nice with this base. So what can we do with this base more? I'll just show you and finalize it. And then I'll show you how to make something extra of that. So let's say today you made that and you're thinking, oh, that's too much. I don't want to have that every day. I want something different tomorrow, but I still have so much. So, or you only have a little bit. That sometimes happens to me too. Then we take the following. And this is an optional ingredients in the list for this dressing. And it's fresh cilantro, or we call coriander. And people know in English coriander as the little seeds. I'll show you them. Where the seeds go? Okay. Okay, the seeds, I don't show you the seeds because they left. Where do you leave the seeds? Oh. So Erik is in charge of my kitchen, look. So this is the seeds. Actually, when the plant grows, it makes flowers and then it gets seeds. And they call that coriander, and they call this coriander too. So this is just the leaf and this is the seeds. They have a completely different flavor. So for this green dressing, we're going to use this one. And like, there is still some in here. That's okay because we're going to mix it together later. So how I do that, I take some of that. So we wash the cilantro and I just cut some of that in here. Now I have a high-speed blender and it's very strong, so I can use that very easily and still get a smooth result if I want. But if I'm on the road and I'm using a handheld blender, I can only use that. I only do that with the leaves. So yeah, not everything goes in. But I prefer the flavor of the leaves actually. So we put that in. Let's say it's the next day, or this one's for the morning and you have half left and you want some more. So you take that, you're like, oh, I have some left. Okay, I have some left. It actually goes like that, you guys. If you have that too, let me know, because I'm super interested. Because that's like, oh, I have some leftover, and whole family goes, oh, but we already had that yesterday. So you just do that. Simple. Oh yeah, I have some left with some onion. Oh, okay, super cool. Yeah, let's put it in the machine again. Thank you. And for this one, I'm gonna add some water. So some water, I just checked, is about 70 milliliters. I don't know how many is it ounces or something? Yeah, about 75 milliliters. Yeah. So I blend it once to make all the leaves super tiny and mix it all up. So I have small leaves now, and these stems need a little extra speed to become all smooth. So I do that first. Where the other half of my onion, that's here. So I like to use that too. Or if you don't have spring onion and at some point you only have dried onions, for this specific flavor, it's really nice to have a small dried onion too. And this small dried onion is called shallow. So that's that, shallow. And yeah, I don't want to have my onion in the beginning, because somehow it makes all bubbles and all that if you do that. So that's why I do that later. Okay, let's make some space. Like that. As you can see, I don't like my onion to be completely mashed up. So we're going to cut the white part of this onion. And a little bit of the last green part. And this is a little brown, we don't use that. So that's a lot of onion, as you can see, but I'll just spin it through very quickly. I'll show you. So only a few seconds. And oh yeah, now I see it's a little watery. I will put it in so you can see. And again, like I said before, if you're cooking, like trying, looking is very important. Sometimes your ingredients are watery, a lot of water in it, they're watery, other times they're dry. So for me, it's always like tasting, trying, looking at the texture, seeing it. I see that it's watery, and I have way more cilantro to put in, but for this one, I wanted to add your variation with pesto to make a pesto. So I'm going to continue with that. You can show it. So we already have 3 variations, huh? Only with this coconut base, some water, and 2 herbs. So I bought this parsley, and cilantro and parsley are super nice combination. It really adds to your dressing. So I cut off like 5 to 6 of those. It's about it's about 1/3 of my plant, and it's actually the same amount of stems as the cilantro, but it's super tiny. But again, try different flavors. Sometimes your parsley is super strong and dark, and sometimes it's light. And I don't know yet, actually. I haven't tried it, so let's try it. It's super strong, so I will not add any more than that. So put it in and short spin. Otherwise, your onion is also smaller. Just some short spin, so you don't have to chop it with the knife. Like it takes forever to use a gigantic knife like that, and you know. But if you want to do that, you can do that too. Be my guest. I take my scissors and cut it above the blender, just like that. All right. So cilantro in there, parsley in there, tzatziki base in there, some extra onion. Want some garlic today? And again, for me, it just takes 5 seconds. And now probably it's not so watery anymore. No, and it's way nicer. All right, I love this one. Again, if you like garlic and you want the best, like the strongest garlic sauce ever, you simply take that thing, because I made you buy it because it's in the ingredients. Then now is the time to take off like 1, 2, maybe 3 for this amount and just spin it. I'll let you do that if you want to do that. I'll take some off and I'll show you how big they are. Like this size. You want to show them? So 3 of those, the tiny like those, they don't count, huh? They're too small. All right. Okay, let's go make our tomato base, right? Are you ready or am I too slow? I don't see all these. No, okay. So you saw me blending only like 4 seconds. I don't want to lose any texture, flavor, ingredients. So I want to make it short. All right. Oh, it's too bad. We have to get rid of this. I don't want to throw it away. Let's just, it can have some more. It can have some more. All right. So when I'm traveling, all this can go in a tiny hand blender. All of that can go in a tiny hand blender. And I would really just cut with the scissors. Cut with the scissors these herbs. I would not blend them with. All right. So I hope everybody who wants to make super spicy garlic dressing already did that. And now put it in a bowl like that, or a glass, or a serving dish. And we'll go make our tomato base. So if you see my extra ingredients, I'll just read it out loud, because then I'm 100% certain that you don't forget. I made you buy extra cilantro, extra parsley, garlic, and onion. So onion, spring onion like that. If you add less than the 75 milliliters of water and it becomes really thick, it's really like a pesto. So, and if you take the coconut cream with courgette and cucumber we made in the beginning, then together you can get a really thick pesto. So even if you have crackers like we had earlier today, like cracker, like raw cracker, you can just put it on and it's not dripping off. It'll stay on top. So it really depends what to do. On my blender though, it's really hard to make it thick because it's really made for smoothies and such. So when I want it really thick like that, I take the hand blender and add less water. So that's an option. Another option is what I said earlier, to have this, what we have now, and take the rest of your parsley. So the other option is take the rest of the parsley and like simply cut it above or chop it like that to make it thicker and thicker if you don't have the machine. And I'm sharing that because I believe that people don't need very gigantic, big machines, expensive machines to make raw food work. All right. Are we all ready to go to tomato dressing? Maybe we should show them. Huh? You want to show the little machine too? Okay. So the other time when I did spaghetti and I made spaghetti sauce with you, I showed you my handheld blender. It's a very nice one from Brown. Can travel. Yes, it fits in my backpack. Yes, it's a gigantic backpack. It was full of kitchen stuff if you really want. So, and you can also buy it in the country where you come and just use it like that. And I hope maybe we should show them the S blade. You want to show the S blade? You want to pass me the S blade? All right. So that's the hand blender. I think I saw somebody asking about the hand blender, but if you need to know, then let me know. Okay. Can we go to the tomato dressing because we have 10 minutes left? Huh?
You want to show?
Oh, yeah, okay. Eric's here. He's showing the
Hi, everybody.
S blade. Okay, let's move these ingredients aside.
See if you can move that on top.
So the S-blade machine, very small, just 20 euros in the little store. That's about $20, almost the same. So a little less in pounds. I don't know other currencies from the top of my head how they're doing. So yeah. Okay, let's go to our tomato-based sauce. Okay, I'm looking at my cheat list here. So I have written for you 1 cup of soaked cashews or 1 cup of coconut milk, or soaked almonds, or to make almond milk. So because I want to show you what you can do, and not just what we're making now, but also show you what we can do. I soaked cashews for you today, about 4 hours, but I think usually I don't do that more than 2 or 3, but I'm on time. And again, I have this almond milk made from the bleached almonds I said earlier, and the one that went through the nut milk bag. All 3 can be used for this dressing. I prefer really the cashew version. It just, the flavor is a little bit different than the almond one. But the downside is it's going to be thick and heavy, or upside if you're really hungry and you want a lot of calories. So we are with 4 adults and 1 child, and we will be using this today to make our dressing. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to again use this high-speed blender or an S-blade machine if you prefer. Actually, normally I make it in my S-blade, but because I have the food processor or the big high-speed blender instead of the food processor now, we will use that one. All right. So I'll show you the ingredients first. And we have 3 small Mazzati dates. You see that those? You can use the dates from Tunisia. If you have medjool, they're a little bit bigger, but the flavor is very strong of the medjool. I love them, but these are really sweet, and they don't. The flavor is not so overwhelming. So it just makes it sweet and thick. It's good for the texture. For this recipe, we're not using lime. We're using a lemon. So we have that, and we have 200 grams of small pomodori cherry tomatoes. The idea of this dressing, aka dip, is to have it full. So that's why these come along. The flavor is really strong too. And the other ones, so San Marzano I had the other day, and now I'm showing you Pomodori. It's this one. They also have a lot of tomato meat and less water in it. If you take the regular Dutch watery tomatoes, you just have a lot of water, and people like them like that. If you slice them on a salad, I love them. But to make a dressing, it's just like you have this much tomato and the rest is water. So for me, if you really want flavor, don't take them that they grow inside glass here in Venlo. Don't get those from France or Spain or your garden, or if you are in another country, a nice workplace where they grow them outside in the ground. They are so much better than the ones they have here in the glass. So yeah. And if I can, I get those, and I get them organic because I love them the best. So it's either that 200 grams or those. It's about 200 grams. All right. And really important for this one is rosemary. I have one twig from the garden. And after we make this one, I'll show you some variations. And we have the ingredients over there for the variations. So actually this recipe is really simple. We put it all in the blender and we blend. Yeah, simple, huh? Just put it all in. All right, so I'm starting with the cashews. It's okay to have some extra spring water. So, some rosemary. Yeah, okay, I washed it already, but you can wash it if you haven't. So if you take it, sometimes it's sand on it, so forget them to wash it. So actually there's a trick. You just do that. And you throw it right in. Like that. Now there is some new ones growing here. I'll just make them smaller with my hands so that I have every little leaf separate. I don't want the woody part, even though I think my blender can handle it. I don't think we want to eat wood. So, oh, I can smell it already. So that's the main ingredient for this base. Okay. Our lemon. Again, look if you have a lot of water or less water, if there's juice or dry one. I'm so lucky that we have a market here. I can get 5 lemons for €1. And the downside is that sometimes they're really juicy, really nice, and sometimes they're really dry and totally not nice. So yeah, you can see it up front, but even if they have a whole box and they all look a little dry, you still want some lemon, you have to take those. You have no other option, otherwise you have no lemon. So since we have market on Wednesday and Saturday here, maybe you want to take into account where your markets are. Well, I always have some extra around, and I don't want that stem. So I didn't even squeeze half the lemon, and this is completely full. But I'm going to squeeze half the lemon. Now write you a whole lemon to add in. That's good. This is a nice medium size. I don't want the seeds. Nice medium size lemon. And actually, when you are at the market and you want to find a good one, usually when you take it and you smell them, and you can smell the juice, not because it's squished, but you can smell it. You have this little sweet flavor in the background. I promise you, I think I'll just do that to show you. If it's a good one like this, it's really good. There's always somebody over here. Let me. Okay, I'll do it. It's not sour. It's really delicious. Okay. So here you guys. I need an extra little spoon to get all these seeds out because there's so many seeds in. Actually, maybe I'm Sometimes I'm more lucky than other times, and we took some lemons ourselves off a tree ourselves in Spain. That's in somebody's garden. So that's obviously the best. You just eat the lemon like that because it's so sweet for some reason. It's sweet. So if it's sweet, it doesn't hurt your teeth, even though it's got lemon acid in it, or citric acid. You call it citric acid in English, huh? Yeah. All right, so my whole lemon juice goes in there. Awesome. All right, lemon juice in there. Tomatoes, you wash them? I already washed them. Got to do it again. Wait, don't want to walk everywhere wet. I got 3 dates. Take out the seeds. Put them in there. And they're very soft, these ones. Super easy. All right, did I forget anything? I don't think so. A little bit more. I'll show you something important again today. Again, you have to try it. You want to show them how I not blend it completely smooth? For me, it's also perfect this way. So this is the base, you guys. This is it. This is the base. Now I'm going to show you how to make varieties. I'm moving the coconut water. I'm moving these two. Actually, it was what? Cashew in it, huh? So the cashews are in here. Let's put it in this one. Shall we make some space so people can see? Like that. Okay. All right. So we have that, right? Let me move my feet back. Okay. I have some things as ingredient that I say extra dried ingredients. So one, cumin. I have cumin powder. The cilantro or the I showed you. I have paprika. I have cinnamon. Maybe you think it's a weird variation. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have some smoked paprika. Not my favorite, but there's someone over there that's the favorite, and I know that if you're still transitioning and you really want to try something and you miss your curries and you have this umami taste, okay, then that's that. It's not, I don't believe it's even really smoked, but okay, so you can do that. It's not my favorite, but so my dad's favorite. Eric likes it too, but all right. And then we got where's my parsley? Okay, let's do the ginger first. So here's the ginger. I will not put that with that. I love that you made decoration everywhere. So Eric made the decorations, so my herbs are everywhere. Okay, so I have oregano dried. We have it in the garden too, but dried, and parsley dried. So I'm on the road. Oh no, I want a dressing. I made all that. I have different plastic boxes with that. Okay, so today I want something paprika-like. Okay, maybe a little spicy. I take cumin, paprika, and cinnamon. All three of those. I'm just gonna add it over there. I need a new spoon. I need a really tiny spoon. Okay. I use the spoon for the lemon. Okay, I show you how much it is. So tiny teaspoon. So I do like that. What if it's coming? Okay. Usually I know how much to throw in, but I just use that, okay? And not heaped, just like that, just a little bit. But compared to the amount I have over there, it's a lot. Same amount. That, 1. Same amount, 2. And now we have paprika powder. You call that bell pepper, right? Okay, it's paprika is the same in bell pepper. It's the same thing. Okay, spoon, 2, or now it's heaped, but I need 2. So you trust me, it's 2. That's one of the secrets of cooking yourself. Your brands are never the same. The flavor is never the same. So it's really a matter of knowing your own ingredients and knowing your own flavor and tasting. So this is what we got now, and we just mix it up like that. So when we're on the road, I'm just carrying something like that. You think, oh no, 3 jars. I'll tell you a secret. If you go into a nice, very nice, good store, they sell bags like that. They are 100 grams. They're pretty big. And you can take your base and use that. I'll read it out loud for you. So it's got curcuma. It's got coriander, so cilantro, and that would be the seed one I showed you earlier. Cumin, this one. Ginger and black pepper. So ginger powder is here. So you can either make, when you travel, a little bag for yourself or a little jar for yourself with a mix, or you can buy a mix that's dry. You should pay attention that it's not like heated and stuff, but or get a good brand. So that's a secret I want to share with you. Another one I want to share with you is, where is this one? Let's see. Here. It's right in front of me. So I wrote here, chili salad. And I'm coming to the screen, so I'll let you see how it is. So I made this myself in dehydrated some onion. I dehydrated some oregano, some rosemary, some parsley. And to that, I buy something like that where it says chili powder, and I add it to that. I just mix it, and this has been traveling with me for the last few months. So whenever I have a dressing, or I just put it on my salad, or I have a dressing like this, like like that on the blender, a base, it's just a matter of adding your own mix. So, and to get ideas, even if you don't buy it, you go in the supermarket, you look at the, that's a nice combination. And then you go home and you try this combination. And if you like it, you make 1 jar with your favorite mix, you go traveling. That's it. So that's the variations I want to share with you. Let's make the last one. Oh, we're going to have a lot of dips. I'm just going to make one. You can, because we're rounding off here, you can say, okay, Wendy, I have 5 variations now, I'm good. Or you can make this last one with me. It has parsley, oregano. Okay, it has dried onion, so you don't have dried onion because I didn't put that on your list. And some chili. So I'm going to do that. So you'll be adding parsley, oregano. What was it again? Parsley, oregano. Yeah, parsley, oregano. That's the most important. Chili.
Dried onion.
Yeah, I have dry onion, but they don't have dry onion. We have spring onion, and they have a lot of spring onion. I made them by spring onion. So you're going to add spring onion if you want that. Make it like that. What it is with these dried herbs, you really have to wait. That's important. So this one is now getting into taste, and this one has to wait a little bit because the water will be sucked out. It has to reabsorb the water, so also the flavor. And let's see what else on there. Yeah. Okay. I want to show you my thyme from the garden. And the last one, pepper. Pointy paprika, pepper, or red bell pepper. So that'll be my last one. But what really was planning to do is to add this in there at the end, because that's usually my to go to if it's like, okay, but today it's so absolutely perfect. If yours is not perfect and you have one of those, just add it. If you don't have one of those, take some paprika powder. Just only that. I'm sure you all have it. It's something that's in everybody's cabinet. If it's not in yours, make sure it is now in your cabinet, because it's just super awesome to use with that. So last one, I repeat, paprika or bell pepper or pointy pepper to go with the tomato base mix.